economics. I'm Saddam Hussain. So carrying on with the environment, it's a very important topic. So we already said environment is important. This is the only planet you have, only earth you have. Protect it so that you can pass it on to the future generation. I told you many times, once again I repeat, this planet or the earth you have not inherited from your forefathers, from your ancestors. You borrowed from them so that you can pass it on to the future generation without doing any damage to it, so that they can have the same lifestyle what you have at present. So what we advise you, don't pollute the atmosphere, don't destroy the ozone layer, don't destroy the rivers, don't destroy the oceans, don't pollute the atmosphere, air, water, noise pollution, avoid it. So in this video, we are talking about demand and supply. Demand and supply, reversal of environmental resources. Demand and supply. In economics, micro, you studied the demand, you studied the supply. So at the end of the last year, you learned that there should be, demand should be equal to supply at the equilibrium price. There, the equilibrium is arrived, where the quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied. But same somewhat applies to the environment also. If the demand for environmental resources is more than supply, you are destroying the environment. If the supply is more than demand, it's okay, good. Your future generations will enjoy. If you're extracting 5% of the environment, try to generate another 5%, so you have constant earth, planet. If you're extracting 10% and putting back only 1%, that's dangerous. So what exactly is, look at this one right here on the board, explain the supply-demand reversal of environmental resources, supply-demand reversal. The roles have become reversal now. So the first one you have, reversal of supply-demand relationship. Reasons for environmental degradation, why it is happening. So in the past, demand was less than supply. If you take it, past civilizations, if you take it 100, 200 years back, the demand for environmental resources was much less than the supply. They used to get everything from the nature and they used to regenerate it again. The demand was less. Why demand was less than supply? Because the civilization was not completely civilized. There was no industrialization has not taken place. Modern industries have not come out. So that's why demand was less than supply. The resources in the environment more than what we consume. So that's why they never faced environmental crisis. But now here, look at this one. Presently demand is more than supply. Because of modern industries, industrial revolution, the greed of man, he went on exploiting the oceans, he went on exploiting the rivers, he went on exploiting the mountains, he went on exploiting the whatnot, everything. So that means demand is more than supply. So as a result, there is environmental crisis, degradation of the environment. So that means if you are extracting 10%, we are not putting back into the environment, regeneration is not taking place. That's why there is a problem here, that's why there is a one. Look at this word here. Explain the supply-demand reversal of environmental resources. Reversal of supply-demand relationship. Reasons for environmental degradation. In the past, demand was less than supply. In the early days of civilization, demand for environmental resources and services was much less than their supply. Pollution was within the absorptive capacity of the environment. So whatever the pollution they used to create within the absorptive capacity of the environment, that means the environment could assimilate, environment could take it. And the rate of resource extraction was less than the rate of regeneration of the resources. We're extracting much less than what we're generating there of these resources. As a result, environmental problems did not arise. This is the first point. The second point, presently demand is more than supply. In the present period, these days, the demand for resources is in for excess of supply. That is, demand is beyond the rate of regeneration of the resources. With the population explosion and with the advent of industrial revolution, the pressure on the absorptive capacity of the environment has increased tremendously. So, thus, a renewable supply-demand relationship is responsible for degradation of quality of the environment. We are now faced with increased demand for environmental resources and services, but the supply is limited due to overuse and misuse. Hence, the environmental issues of waste generation and pollution have become critical today. So, this is the supply-demand reversal of environmental resources. Supply-demand. Two things you have to remember here. Long time back, in early days, the demand for environmental resources was much less than the supply. Why? The supply was more, the demand was less, because industrial revolution did not take place. The population growth was not there. Population explosion was not there. Population was within the control. So, man was not polluting the atmosphere. So, the demand was more than supply of the resources. But these days, what is happening? The demand for environmental resources is much bigger than the supply. That means we are extracting much more than what we are regenerating in the environment. As a result, it leads to environmental crisis. There won't be sustainable development of environment. So what we should do, we should maintain a balance, or supply should be more than demand. We should be, that means we should not pollute the atmosphere. That means we should, if you're extracting 10%, I told you, we should be regenerating 10%. So that's it. This is known as demand supply reversal of environmental resources. This is an important topic and simple, right? Just remember 2 points. Earlier, demand was greater than supply of environmental resources. These days, demand is more than supply of environmental resources. Simple logic was, earlier times, though the civilization has not flourished, an industrial revolution was not there, population was within control. And these days, population explosion and industrial revolution. So the demand for environmental resources has gone up than the supply, regeneration. Earlier, supply was more than demand. That's all we have time for this short video. Till we meet next time, it's goodbye from Saddam Hussain. But don't forget to share, subscribe and like our videos. Please share these videos with your friends. They will bless you because they will also be benefited. So whatever is appearing on the video, jot it down in a notebook and learn. You don't have to learn all videos at one go, or you don't have to learn chapter wise. Pick up any video you come across, learn it. It's pretty simple. So all videos have their own importance. Just pick up any video, start learning from there. Definitely you'll come out with flying colors. Thank you guys.